I am actually born in New Zealand. My mum and dad are Kashmiri origin, so I'm not born here. So I'm born and raised in New Zealand. And we lived there until I was 10 or 11 years old, and then we shifted to Australia. We as a family. From Australia and New Zealand as well, my mum and dad were in garments, import and export. But that was they've been in this business for many, many years, textiles, garments, and Indian handicrafts. So they moved their business to New Zealand and from New Zealand to Australia. So we've always been in textiles. And obviously as a child I was raised in that environment. And as I grew up, obviously after I finished all my schooling, I studied fashion, and that was in Australia. Yes, I did my diploma in fashion designing. Then I needed to do my degree, but I did my degree in property and real estate and construction. So, that glamour world was always like my dream. So I thought, if I want to do this, I want to try and get to that level. So my parents were very supportive. I said, all right, go ahead, we're right behind you, let's do this. So in 2009, after my parents did Hajj, we ventured over to India again, we came to Delhi, and we had revamped the whole business, set up our own manufacturing. It's like my dad and my mum set up their own factory just for our own manufacturing and production, so that we don't have to outsource anything to anyone. We can be in control of the brand and everything that goes on. We're not dependent on anybody else. So that took about 6 months to a year, slowly setting all of that up. And then we launched the brand Belluccio in Melbourne. So we started in 2010.
Are you wearing a Belluccio?
I am wearing Belluccio tonight.
Can we have a shot?
Such beautiful pieces out there. I don't know which one I love the most.
It took a year to get everything off the ground. So basically from December of 2009, we started, and then our first collection was ready by, say, June or July of 2010. And then it took about 2 or 3 months just to prepare for a launch of our label. So basically to announce to the public that this is what we are and this is what we do. And September 2010 was our official launch. So we had set up our showroom, and to be honest, that was humble beginnings. Like that was we set up a beautiful boutique, and we had the collection of the dresses, and where we had located ourselves was like the bridal district in Melbourne. So Sydney Road is basically in Melbourne, and within our first 12 months we started dealing with Miss World Australia. So it just happened that the director, it's like the equivalent of Femina. So the director came into our showroom to get a dress for herself, and she loved the service and the style and just her whole experience with us, and we didn't know who she was. And she came once her dress was ready, and it was designed perfectly, it fit her, she looked amazing. We didn't know what was the occasion. Finally she said, I'm the director of Miss World Australia, and she asked us to come on board as the official designer, so to design for Miss World.
Such beautiful pieces out there. I don't know which one I love the most.
Everyone looks so amazing tonight. Can I just start all massive props?
I'm just standing up here on stage and looking at everyone, all the beautiful decor and everyone in suits. And on a Sunday night, for you guys to come out like this, I think that deserves a massive round of applause. So let's do that.
Then 2014 was a big step for us. We did our first International Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. That was our debut. And that was a huge platform for us, because first we were very well known locally, but then that gave us international exposure. So obviously we flew over and we did our first show, and it went really well. The collection was very well received. And then after that, we were approached by like the stockists, the boutiques over there. They wanted to start selling our dresses in their boutiques. So that now meant that not only can you get a dress in Australia from us, you can now also get it in the US. So slowly like that sort of started building up our profile. That was 2014, and we did it again in 2015. 2016 I took a bit of a break because I was getting married, and we all know what weddings are like, and I had a big fat Kashmiri wedding in Melbourne.